5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey friends, welcome back to Bible Fun with the Dunns. Today we read Genesis chapter 41. So we're picking up where Joseph was forgotten in jail by the cupbearer when he was free. But Pharaoh is now having this crazy dream and he needs someone to interpret the dream. And all of a sudden the cupbearer's like, oh my gosh,
I know a guy.
Poor Joseph. I wonder how long has it been, did it say?
Yeah, it's been 2 years. Well, yeah, 2 years.
2 years it says. So, what we see here in this chapter is what God has been working towards. He has not wasted one single moment, one single interaction with anybody. But here we see God use Joseph to save a huge group of people.
Yeah. I think that this is one of those stories where, like, if you were to put it with another story of the Bible that kind of, it has similar themes. Daniel is certainly one.
That was what
Daniel the Dreamer.
Kids were about.
Okay, great. And then, but also the book of Esther. Okay, think about what you've got in both of these stories. You've got tragedy and heartbreak and uncertainty and fear and hardship, but you also have in the background of that the providence of God. So you have God working all the details of life out in a way where even the bad things of life start to kind of make sense. So Joseph never lived long enough to hear the Apostle Paul say, for all things work together, God works all things together for good for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. But listen, Joseph did live long enough to live it, to experience it. So Joseph, just as a timeline. So the coat of many colors story that we have at the very beginning, Joseph is like 17 years old. He goes to Egypt at 17. He's 30 in this chapter. He was 28 whenever
he was in jail.
Yeah. So it's been like 13 years since Joseph first had his own dreams. And by the way, prophetic dreams about folks bowing down to him. And so now you've got Joseph. He's waited 13 years to see what God's going to do. And now it's finally happening. And so
such a time.
And that's what you have Esther for. You have Esther figuring out that God has placed her into the palace.
Nothing was coincidence.
Yeah. And so in my mind, this is like the Lord playing chess.
Yeah.
He is positioning his pieces in a way where you don't understand the strategy, but there is a strategy. I'm going to tell you, if you don't get comfort from any other thing in life, take comfort in the fact that our God places life together like chess, where even if you don't understand his strategy, there is a strategy. Now, I want you to think about this too. So this is God being not only providential, just working all things together for good. This is also God, the reverser of fortunes. Okay, also the book of Esther.
Yeah.
So early in Joseph's life, not only does he have dreams, now he's dealing with Pharaoh's dreams. By the way, when Joseph goes and talks to Pharaoh and he tells Pharaoh this is what will happen, that's what you call a prophet. So a prophet in the Bible is somebody who either foretells or forthtells. A forthtelling prophet, he's just going to tell you the truth. A foretelling prophet is going to look ahead and he's telling you something that's going to happen. That's what Joseph does. He is a prophet. You'll also notice that Joseph's story began with his brothers stripping him of his robe and throwing him in a pit. This story now in chapter 41 is about him being brought out of a pit, out of prison, and being given a robe by the king and becoming the second most influential leader of the land. So he loses and goes down. Now he's coming up and he's gaining a robe. Now this is the reversal of fortunes. You're also finding that when Joseph he's going through all of this, you'll find like there's details in there and that just kind of makes sense Easter egg wise, like just little hidden things. So what the first thing they do with Joseph when they go to get him out of prison is what? Well, they give him a bath, they make him shave, and they give him new clothes. The Egyptians were highly conscientious of hygiene. They didn't wear beards.
Any hair.
No, they didn't want body hair. And so Joseph, living in prison for now, a few years, he's probably very grown out. He's not bathing. And so you have Joseph going from prison to the palace in the matter of an afternoon. And I want you to take comfort in this too. It took 30 years for Joseph to get out of that first phase of his life. Okay? Beloved son for 17 years, 13 years in Egypt. I mean, just bad. He's in prison. He's 30 years old when he gets out of prison. But when God is ready to get him out of prison, how long does it take? It takes a couple of hours. And he's the second most powerful person in the world. Listen, if there's any chapter of the Bible that is telling us the providential power of God to work all things together, it's right here. It is powerful and wonderful. And by the way, we're supposed to start seeing New Testament implications in all of this of our Lord, Jesus, who came to his own received him not. He's rejected by his brothers. He is not like Joseph is presumed dead. Jesus was dead. What happens? God raises him up. And then what does the Lord say? What is that? All power on heaven and earth has been given to him. And he's seated at the right hand of the Father. So like seated at the right hand of the Father. Where was Joseph seated? At the right hand of Pharaoh. He's the guy. And so we're starting to get a glimpse of what God's bigger purpose is in all this. You got anything else?
I don't think so. We meet Manasseh and Ephraim, Joseph's kids.
Oh yeah, he got a couple of kids.
And they're going to be a big deal.
They are a very big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get into that later though.
Yep.
Okay. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.